For the 8th straight season, the 2022 Ole Miss men's golf team headed to regionals with their sights set on a postseason run. Despite losing sophomore Brett Shell to illness, the Rebels kept it rolling in Norman, with lights-out rounds from seniors Jack Nam and Jackson Suber, punching their ticket to the national championship. Now the team heads to Greyhawk Golf Club, with hopes to write their names in the history books.
Brute, is this where you got your jersey?
So we just got back from Norman Regional, got through, so headed to Scottsdale in a couple days. Gonna get recognized out here at the baseball game, so pretty cool.
It's pretty packed. Isn't it the final home series? So that's pretty awesome.
Yeah. Smoke a driver right there.
2 iron right into the batter's eye.
You see what you can do?
There it is. All right. We knew we'd get to this point.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to Swayze Field your Ole Miss men's golf team. They're about to head their 6th NCAA championship appearance in program history. This last week, the Rebels finished Norman Regional with Jackson Suber, Evan Brown, and Jack Nam all picking up top 20 finishes in Norman. Your Ole Miss men's golf team.
Hey, hot and dry, but we'll take that. It's better than sitting at home. Right? You got to be there to win it.
Good God, that putt's fast. They said, you mind being mic'd up? I said, sure. He thinks he's hid. He ain't hid. You want a rabbit foot for this week?
Base knock.
Yup. So that's the first bird. Pushcart Mafia right here.
That cactus you see behind the green, always a good line, okay?
You know, my content will probably be better than your content. My content was pretty bad. I'm all about creating content. Oh, interference. Oh yeah, Picasso.
I gotta put a little screen on, a little reapply. Pretty sure rabbits are pretty skittish by nature.
Joe, you hit an absolute perfect shot.
I know.
You gotta have that light, red light, yellow light, green light on in your head.
Ribby. How far do you think he needs to catch it?
Thing was like right here.
Right.
Obviously, I mean,
Give him 10, 15 yards.
Look at you using a push cart, thinking you could run with a rabbit.
Hey man. Hey man. I got back issues. And mind you, my knee.
So nice, sitting there 190 and you're like, oh, well, just a full 8.
Nice.
Thank you. Rare shade. The Razorbacks are gonna be a little warm today. When did they become the Pushcart Mafia?
When we became it.
No, we've only got 2. They've got 3. That makes them the Mafia.
I'm not getting annoying. I'm being funny. That's what I'm being.
That was a fun golf course. Really. Hard, but.
In the desert, the early golfer gets the greens. And the Rebels started off bright and early in the morning wave on day 1.
especially in the desert, morning and afternoon tee times really make a big difference with wind. Not just like the wind moving the ball around, but the wind will dry the greens out. It'll make them a lot firmer and faster and kind of harder to keep it on there. And then when it is windy, you're hitting the ball lower, so that makes it even harder to stop it on greens.
You can't feel yourself sweat all that much just because of the wind too. So the dry heat takes it out of you. It's definitely something where you have to kind of realize what your body's going through and be able to adjust throughout a round of golf to be able to, still perform.
And the hard part is, with the format that you have there, the early morning tee times, you usually have to take advantage of those.
I know personally I didn't expect the course to play as hard as it did the first round. I mean, I didn't change game plan or anything, but I did think we were losing a little ground to the field. But it turns out, no. The place is just really hard.
There were some tough conditions, and it was, a good test of golf. So, great golf course. Obviously, that wasn't our best golf, and that was going to be our one bad round of the week. He told us that all the good golf that we have is in front of us, and, that we're obviously much better than that score.
And we put a really good round together the second day. I mean, shooting 10 shots better the second day than the first day is unheard of in the afternoon wave, and helped by the fact that I think Suber played one of the best rounds I've ever seen. I wouldn't say he was anywhere near, neither was he, playing his best golf the days leading up when we were out there playing and hitting some crazy shots, and we just, in the way he just brushes it off and doesn't even worry about it, just shows the amount of confidence that he has in himself.
I mean, Ole Miss puts us in these strong tournaments and gives us such a good opportunity to move up on that ranking, and I was fortunate to do that.
With round 2 for Jackson to go out and shoot 65, it was by far the lowest round of that afternoon wave, and I think of the entire day. So I think it says a lot about him that when the lights were on and they were the brightest, he really stepped up.
The remainder of the season hung in the balance as the field narrowed to the top 15 teams.
It was a disappointing finish for me personally, and then not everyone played as well as they wanted to, but we still kind of grinded it out, and having your fate in someone else's hands out there is definitely not where you want to be.
I played much better than I finished that third round, so I, of course, was a little bit disappointed and kind of felt like we were going to miss by a couple, and I kind of felt like it was my fault.
We all went back to the hotel. Those guys, a lot of them kind of stayed in their hotel rooms. They were refreshing Golf Stat. I chose to go down to the pool and, let it be, one way or the other.
Honestly, I didn't think we had a chance when we finished. That wind kicked up a lot that third round, though, and I mean, you just kind of watched teams fall down the leaderboard, and I kind of was like, all right, we're in at this point, because I mean, you're not gonna that finishing stretch is tough out there on either side of the course.
That was brutal. We were all in our rooms. I'm sure we were all clicking refresh every 5 minutes, but it's a good opportunity for these boys, and we're looking forward to that.
It was pretty nerve-wracking for sure. We were just sitting there refreshing it as much as you could, just hoping that you'd get in. We had some of the guys together in the room. We were just kind of hanging out, all fingers crossed, hoping we got in. Then we got the final update, and it was pretty fun to see that. So glad we got the opportunity, and we're looking forward to a good day today. So that's all you can ask for.
For grad transfer Evan Brown, teeing off on the final round of stroke play was a defining chapter in a long journey.
This was all during COVID. We didn't have a chance to bring him in for a visit. The rules did not allow that. So it was a unique recruiting situation to add somebody onto our team that we had never met face to face. We learned a lot about him over Zoom calls and liked what we saw.
Evan did a fantastic job. Throughout his earlier college career, he was probably the bigger fish in a smaller pond, whether in terms of competition, and he jumped into high-level competition quickly, and he did a great job at it, and he helped us out a ton. Coming here, I was definitely kind of the outlier, and kind of coming into a new team that everybody knew each other, and it definitely was going to be an adjustment for everybody, but I think that as a group we all came together and said we all want to have the same goal, we all want the same things, and we just kind of made sure that everything was going to work out. We were all going to work with each other, and it was going to be a great year.
this season was a success. It was certainly a step in the right direction. Are we there? No. Are we done? No. We're going to be back, and we're going to build on this experience to get closer and closer to a national championship. But I couldn't be any more proud of this group of guys.
To have the second best finish in Ole Miss men's golf history is a pretty awesome accomplishment. I think that we're all never going to forget that, and I think it's going to stick with this group of guys for a very long time.
You gonna sit down, or we're gonna get it to go?
Where do you get Flemings to go, Evan?
I don't know. We've gotten nicer places to go.
I got no idea where you're
I have no clue where the next hole is. TV tower's pretty sick. Bet you could hit some nippers out of there. I like want to take my shoes off and walk around in it. Sure, I'd feel super safe, you know that.
Pretty pumped up, not gonna lie. Never had a mic on me. We didn't do this at Loyola. Wherever that stops. If it does. I wonder what kind of fish are in there.
Swimming ones. All right, how long from right here to get to the top of that mountain?
Coach loves bonefish, and we've gotten that to go. So 7 years.